Since you've been listening this far, we're going to throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour going to last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you. I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, yo, check this out. It's Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
Hey, everybody. Rick James's daughter, Ty, is in New York City, and she was by the show earlier in the day. And, they're doing they're still trying to get investors, believe it or not, to invest in actually financing the story of Rick James's life. She was traveling with the executive producer of the project, and I can tell you that you can go to this website and find out more about the movie and all what's going on. It's called officialrickjamesmovie.com. The word "the" is not in front of the word official, so it's officialrickjamesmovie.com. That's the website. I can't believe that they're chasing people down to try to get investors in a movie when in actuality, what does a movie cost to make? They could probably do the movie for $50 million. There has to have been enough money. I'm thinking in my mind in the Rick James estate that even after it gets divided amongst his 3 children, that somebody can take out a loan against the amount of money that they inherited. You know what I mean, Art? Yeah. Take out a loan and do it. Yeah. Then again, I also wonder how it is that, if it's cost, the executive producer, Gary, he said it would cost about $40 million. If you get 10 from Bill Cosby, come on, these are people who I'm sure respected Rick James to some degree, or at least want a sound investment. Because if you went to the movie theater to see Ray Charles, then I damn sure know that you're going to go to the movies to see Rick James. And I'm not discounting Ray Charles' story. I'm just saying the most many of us learned about Ray Charles was through watching that movie. Whereas there are many of us right now, me included, who, if I had a choice, just say there was a choice. Right there, I'm at the movie theater going to see Rick James' story or the Ray Charles story. I know I'd go into Rick without a thought.
Who would play Rick?
She thinks that Terrence Howard would do a good job. I love his range. I think that it's about time that he step up from being a bridesmaid and become the bride. I love Terrence Howard. When I think about, so Ty, the daughter, thought Terrence Howard. So I think that that's a great choice. Let's stick there, but let's get these investors together. I can't believe they don't have investors. And Ty was very lackluster in her knowledge of her father's estate. Now, she's the oldest of the James kids. There's another one who's like 28, and then the youngest is 13. 2 of them are mothered by the same mother. Seville is Ty's mother and the 28-year-old's mother. And the 13-year-old has a separate child, a mother. But the point is that when Ty left here, and I'm not talking behind your back because I actually scratched my head through my clips while you were in here saying, it doesn't seem like you're on top of this. It doesn't seem like you're on top of what's going on. I think that there's a bunch of suits in a corporate office laughing at all 3 of you kids about this estate, and they're going to be the ones to get the money. By the time the money trickles down to you, Ty, and your siblings, there's going to be nothing left. And this is due to fault of yours. Like, you're here promoting a rap career, a forthcoming CD from your dad, and you guys are panhandling for money for the movie to be made. But there is money already on the table that your dad wanted you to have, I think. And there's some... And then she asked me behind the scenes, she also asked on the radio, do you know a good estate attorney? I thought she was playing. And then when we turned off the mics and, we were doing our hugs goodbye behind the scenes, she was like, no, if you know a good estate attorney, please let me know. Of course, they'd have to be practicing in California. That's where all this is going down. I was like, I can't believe I am finding this all difficult. And yet sad. Arthur, are we ready for our next round of interns? Here's somebody, Shari Edwards. She goes to South Carolina State.
Ooh, nice school.
Yeah, she said she's getting her Bachelor of Arts in English, which has nothing to do with communication, which is a requirement of being here. But her extracurricular activity includes working for the South Carolina State University radio station.
English kind of flows into it for writing wise.
Yeah, she does the morning show there, so she would qualify. She's from Queens.
Oh.
And I guess she wants a summer internship, but are the summer internships already fulfilled, or what is that?
I'll check with Taryn, the queen of all interns.
Well, Taryn is here today. Now, we are targeting 3 interns per day, right?
4, actually.
4, fabulous.
Yes, 4 interns a day.
Taryn, what do we have, 4 interns a day for the summer?
Yes. 4 interns a day.
Now, is everybody already lined up?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you need some backups?
Everybody's lined up.
We have room
already.
for one more from.
But we fired interns before in mid season. So here's just take Shari. Shari, you're warming the bench.
Yes.
Dear Wendy, did you know that Pat O'Brien will be interviewing be interviewed by Dr. Phil tomorrow on CBS at 8:00? Ask Mrs. Lopez to record the interview. Thanks, Rosemary. Hello.
Oh my God, Wendy, I finally got through.
Hey.
Hi, my name is Courtney Miller.
Hey, Courtney.
Hi, you are such a role model for me. Like you and Aisha Tyler and Tracy Bingham are my favorites.
Oh, wow.
If I had, there were like black people like you guys when I was growing up, I'd have more black friends. I mean, you're just awesome. But I actually need some advice real quick.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm black and I'm really into white guys, okay? I mean, nothing wrong with black guys, but I'm just into white guys.
Okay.
Okay, there's this black guy, I go to NYU.
Okay.
And there's this black guy that likes me, right? He's really, really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But I told him I'm not into him, and he wants to know why, and I don't have the heart to tell him it's because, I'm not into black guys. But he's really, pressuring me and stuff. Should I just come out and tell him? Because I really don't want to hurt his feelings.
Well, as opposed to, Courtney, looking at shade of skin, why don't you measure the content of his character? Is...
Yeah, well, I mean, I know where you're going with this, Wendy.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be some people, kind of hating on me right now and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just not into black guys, that's all.
Okay. Well, then you know what?
Forrest Kojo's not even sexy to me.
Oh, wow. You really are into black guys.
He's total boring.
Does Denzel Washington do it for you?
Boring, total boring to me.
Okay, if by chance you were ever with a black guy, who famous would it be? Just so that I can get an idea of your look.
Somebody really light-skinned and... Oh, God, I can't even...
Shamar Moore?
I guess kind of like Caduce from MTV, but not really, because he's kind of skanky.
Okay. Well, I would not hurt this man's feelings or start race wars on campus by saying...
So should I just tell him, look, I'm not into you, that's all?
Yeah, I'm just not... But say anything except mentioning color.
Okay.
Can I just ask you what type of black guy do you look like who's already famous? Who do you get compared to?
God, no one really.
Oh. Okay, like maybe you have hair like...
See, because I'm part Portuguese, so my hair's kind of good hair. How we say good hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, I'm familiar with Cape Verdean. When I went to school in Boston.
Exactly. I'm from Boston, and you're talking about New Bedford, right?
Yes.
You used to hang out up there?
No, I didn't. But I was friends with a girl named Monique Walker, and she was Cape Verdean. It was my first time discovering what Cape Verdean people are. I'd never heard of that. Everybody, Cape Verdean people look Puerto Rican, but they're actually black, but some, not all, do have an elitist attitude about being identified black.
Wendy, come on.
Well,
not you.
But like you.
I'm not being snobby. I'm just like you say, the experience to keep it real. Keeping it real.
I respect you for keeping it real. But getting back to your situation, I would say anything except the black thing. Okay, and I wish you... Hey, by the way, what kind of white guys are you into? Who's famous that we...
Josh Hartnett.
Oh, yeah, well, he is hot.
He's hot.
Yeah,
He's
he
totally
is.
Hot.
He is. All right, well, thank you very much.
Love you, Wendy.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Take care, bye-bye.
Bye.
He doesn't like black guys, but he likes black girls. All of his 3 top favorite girls are all black. Me, Aisha, and Tracy Bingham. Hello?
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
How are you? This is Inez. I can't believe I got through.
Hey, Inez. How are you?
I'm fine. I just wanted to tell you I love your show.
Thank you.
And I can't believe I'm on the radio. This is like so shocking to me.
Yeah, go ahead and shout out to some of your friends or something.
Shout out to my son Francis and my family. And oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm like totally speechless.
Well, that's great. I'm glad that you listen.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And we'll take one more.
Quickly.
All right, quickly. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, Wendy. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Art said I have to take this call quickly.
Okay. I have a question. Am I a 10th caller?
Oh, no, no, we did the winning last hour. Don't forget, your next chance to win your share of our $100,000 is tomorrow morning at 7:20 with Paul and Ellen and the WBLS Morning Show.
All right. Question for you.
Okay.
About the Lamont Bentley thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I haven't finished. I have to continue on, so I have to get off the phone to continue that.
Oh, man, but I had a quick question about that.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't understand why, when you were saying him being in that investment club, and why didn't someone advise him to get a living will?
They probably did, but you know how it is? He started in that investment club when he was 18 years old. So at 18, you think you're going to live forever. At 28, you think you're going to live forever. Hell, at 38, you barely see the end of the road.
Yeah, but when you got $21 million, that's
I know.
They teach you in business is like, okay, you have to protect your risk, especially when you got kids.
I know. Well, go figure. Thanks for calling.
No problem. You're doing your thing, girl. Keep it up.
Thank you, hon. Did you guys hear Right On Magazine is officially closed down after how old are we now? 30 years in business?
Oh my God.
Exactly. Well, I don't know what happened. Shout out to Cynthia Horner. What's next? Maybe she's buying the source. Who knows? Happy birthday, Darcel. Darcel, a.k.a. Sally, is listening. I get to work this afternoon. And, it wasn't the first thing out of Art's mouth, but certainly in the top 3 things out of his mouth, one of them was that he had a fight with Paul Mooney this morning or this afternoon. Apparently, Paul accused the show, me, in other words, of stealing a joke. And I asked Art how mad was Paul on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. Art said he was a 10 with a bullet. And I said, steal a joke? And what joke was it?
About the runaway Mexican.
Yes. And I recall yesterday, I believe it was the first break of the show, somebody faxed in something about a runaway Mexican.
Yeah.
It was from a fax, and it wasn't in a joke. And then we moved on.
Yeah.
Maybe it was somebody was listening to Paul and recycled it and sent it to us. I don't know. Paul, we don't have time to write jokes on this show. Hell, we don't even have show meetings. You know how our show meetings go? Art, I'll call you from the car. He goes right into the subway, and I get pushed right to his answering machine. I leave a message saying, call me back, and he doesn't call me back. Then I want to call Nicole, who does the booking, but I don't have her telephone number because every time I get it, I never write it down. And if it's not stuck in my phone because she might have called me about something, then forget about it. And if she does call me, I look at the phone, I say, oh, I think that's Nicole calling. I don't feel like talking about the show. I'm going to push this to voicemail. I check my voicemails approximately once every 55 years. Get back to the show the next day in time for 2 o'clock to do it, and nobody's talked about anything. Meetings? Steal jokes? Write jokes? Joke write? What? This is not a normal radio show. This is the experience. It is what it is. Everything here is organic. Anything you hear that's funny, that comes from my head.
She's an MC.
We don't have time to collaborate, to write jokes, steal jokes, do jokes. That's you. You are a professional comedian.
And a writer.
And if your show is predicated on one joke being stolen, by the way, wow. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not admitting to anything. But I'm just saying, even if it was one joke to steal.
Yeah.
And just say I stole it.
Yeah.
He screamed at Art in front of a whole bunch of people, including the boss. I was asking Art, under what setting did he scream at you? He said it all in public.
Yeah.
Trying to embarrass somebody.
Yeah.
Paul, please. You do you. We'll do us.
3 morning shows later.
No, well, I know. I wish Paul well. But I've been back here for 3.5 years. And I wish all the morning shows well. All, you're the third one. Now, please, just keep all that over there. And don't think that by talking to somebody greasy on my show, I'm not hearing about it. I'm freeze. And Paul, by the way, has your next chance to win your share of $100,000 on the WBLS morning show.
And she ain't still that.
With Paul and Ellen and Stacy and all them. By the way, that's $1,000. So if I were you, I would be here tomorrow morning at 7:20. All right. And listen to that man. He's funny. He got jokes for days. That man is legendary. He wrote for Pryor, Whoopi, Fred G. Sanford, and all like that. I wrote for nobody. Nobody's ever written for me.
You're a freestyler.
Well, mostly because I don't write jokes. Who has time for that?
Because you have talent to come off the top of your head. Like
no, I don't. I'm busy. I got a CD, a son, a mess. Ooh. Yeah, I got a Botox appointment, a book.
Books.
I got my TV. I got my radio. I'm not saying this is bomb worthy. I'm just saying, who has time to sit? We don't even have show meetings here. I should be embarrassed to say that.
No, you shouldn't.
I should be embarrassed to say that.
You don't need them.
Yes, we do, and you know we do. We don't communicate properly on this show. You know how we communicate? Just how we're doing right now. That's why this laundry is being aired right here on the air. Because I don't know when's the next time I'm going to see Paul, so I might as well just say it now. It is what it is. Now let's move on. Just because I'm pausing doesn't mean that I need jokes in between. It's just, I'm catching my breath to go to the next thing.
No, it's like, I didn't have to write that down. I just did it.
No, we don't write anything. We don't write anything down.
Of course not. It's not a boy band. It's supposed to put together.
Oh, boy.
Negroes, I tell you.
He presses his own laugh track.
I'm sorry.
By the way, I'm getting rims on the Aviator. Yes, I've decided that's the way I'm going. I'm getting some rims on my Aviator, and guess how I'm getting them, right? No. Check out how I'm doing it, because I'm going to the car show in my Aviator. I've consulted a rim shop. They're going to put 22 shoes on all 4 wheels for 24 hours, and then I want them off. Because I want to be able to hit my potholes and do me when I drive. I'm not, I want to be able to pull up to the curb at the post office. If I hit the curb, oh well, nobody's breathing down my neck. But for the car show, I'm going to remove the 2-inch crack from my front windshield that's in the shape of a smile that Art just noticed yesterday.
Yeah.
That was a little stone on Route 3.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to get some shoes. And I'm going to get chromed out tailpipes on the back.
No.
And then right after the car, and I'm going to get a new grill and everything.
TV's in the headrest?
Well, I'm not going to do that because that can't be removed right away. I want all that right away removed.
Okay.
But just the floss at the car show. I want to drive to Atlantic City. I'm staying the whole weekend. In my Aviator.
There you go.
It's Candy Apple Red. See, I zhuzhed up the name as opposed to just calling it red. Right. It's Candy Apple Red.
There you go.
And I'm going to get some silicone on the wheels. I hear the boob jokes. I don't do silicone. It's saline. Let's talk about Lamont Bentley. So where I left off is, and I'm just going to reread the first sentence just to catch you up. The judge says the ruling shouldn't be a surprise to Ms. Can we please turn on the heat? My feet are so cold. I am rushing the sandal season. My feet are like icebergs. Why, oh why do I have on sandals today? It's still muckluck weather.
It is.
Regina's got the biggest behind I've ever seen in my life. Oh, she's coming back in the room. Oh, she's coming back. Maybe she heard me. That booty is big.
I know.
That booty is big, and I can't help but look at it. And every time I look at it, I feel like, ooh, how you doing? All the women in your family have a butt like that, don't they?
Absolutely. My mother is your height, and she has a tiny waist like you.
I was gonna say, I bet you it's tiny waist, tiny shoulders, tiny faces, and there's a big.
My father's chunky.
Yeah. But all the
big butt. This my mother though.
But all the women in your family,
This my mother.
just your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Is there enough toilet for all that?
Oh, time out.
But the guys love that though, don't they? The guys love it.
It's embarrassing.
You get all the butt jokes. I'll bet.
Nothing wrong with some booty.
But do the kids, because I know you're a substitute teacher and you are a kid yourself over in East
You
Orange.
have to be careful, especially with the kids.
Yeah.
And all this.
I know the boys talk fresh and you got to send her to the principal.
Exactly.
Oh.
Or it's okay. You're right. I never had to hold on to the tallest seat. Okay.
Oh.
How dare you? All right, look, let's move on. Listen. Her attorney should have reminded her that the California probate court stipulates that if minors are involved, their surviving adult next of kin becomes the executor of the will. The judge went on to elaborate that it was up to Ms. Underwood, that's the grandmama, how the money is distributed to Brazil and Artesia, but Ms. Underwood is bound by law to make sure that Lamont's daughters get the sum allotted to them. Well, gee, that's $7.2 million apiece. 7.2 for one daughter, 7.2 for the other daughter, and 7.2 for the grandmother. Speaking of clients, Barry Wyckoff addressed the media. Now, Barry Wyckoff, that is the baby's mother's attorney. Here's what he said. Ms. Underwood will make... I'm sorry. Barry Wyckoff is the grandmama's attorney.
Yes.
Ms. Underwood will make sure that Brazil and Artesia will be taken care of. She has asked us to inform all of you that she plans to set up trust funds so that Brazil and Artesia have savings for college and their adult life. A distraught LaDonna Fredericks, that's the baby's mama, with boyfriend Tavon Frazier at her side, was incoherent. Well, that's part of the problem, though, LaDonna. You remained aloof and incoherent during the whole trial, practically. He goes on to say, I just don't know what to say because, this is what she says. When LaDonna speaks, it's always entertaining. Everybody listen, come closer. I just don't know what to say. Cause on Friday, they say my baby's gonna get the money. And now they say LaJoyce gone. G-O-N apostrophe, by the way, you all. Now they say LaJoyce gonna get it. And that ain't right. The judge ain't even done right by me. And my babies ain't gonna understand what the judge said. Judge, ain't no good gonna come to you until you do right for my babies. Well, that chapter is closed. LaDonna, we'll take your first interview, and I'm sure that the good people at Dutton, Simon Schuster, or somebody will be interested in a piece of your story. You throw in a couple of lies in there, make a couple of innuendos, and do a book. Why not? I ain't fit to write no book. I's only got an 8th grade education myself. I don't know that to be true. And I shouldn't be judging, and so I'm not. I was just making a joke. An unscripted joke, Paul. Dear Art, how did this come through so fast?
Email.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah. Not printing out for you.
Is that like an instant message?
No. It's not quite instant message.
Okay.
But I get it.
Art and Wendy, tell Paul to stop worrying about the Wendy Williams experience. and bring back Woody. Do you even know how to get Woody in here, Art?
Yeah.
Let me see you do it.
All right, hold on.
I'll just give you a chance. I'll just talk to the listeners, and when you kick the right button down there at your feet. Okay. In the meantime, everybody, the word on the street is this morning that Paula Abdul was planning to...
Miss Honey. Miss Honey. I am back in the building. Miss Honey.
Yeah.
All right.
Where you been at, Woody? Where you been at?
Down there. I'm glad to be back on the show. Hey, y'all. And I'm out.
So Paula is planning to sue Corey, this boy from who's writing the book, for defamation of character, and her attorney filed an injunction to try to keep ABC from airing that piece tomorrow night. Alas, no, air the piece. The piece gets aired and we all watch it. I don't even care about American Idol, but because there's so much protest, I'm watching it, TiVoing it, and watching it again. All right, I don't have the TiVo, but you know, the point is that I'm watching it. I am watching it. The shakedown is going down. Reggae Red says that it doesn't. She doesn't know about the Fuji reunion, but Lauren and Wyclef are slated to perform at the South Beach Music Festival Memorial Day weekend in Aruba. Oh, Soul Beach. I'm sorry, Regina. Is that what you're going to?
I am going.
You're going to Aruba?
No, I'm going to.
Oh, South Beach. No, I made a mistake. It's not South Beach. It's called the Soul Beach Music Festival in Aruba Memorial Day weekend. Does Claudie know about this? Oh, she's busy with the baby. Oh, perfect, Clef. Perfect. I see what you did. You saddle her with the baby while you and Lauren reunite, and you tour the world, and you leave Praz on Bono's, privates. Swinging from Bono's privates. I did a story about Bono from U2 and Praz and, something. I did that yesterday. So Praz is busy with Bono. Claudie's busy with the baby. No, come on. Stop. Claudie's busy with the new baby. And Wyclef is luxuriating on tour with Lauren. Everybody's still commenting on the Runaway Bride. You want to hear some people's comments? Oh, we have to go into a break.
No, we have, because our spots, we have smaller, so we can go to 34 if you want.
I'd rather go in now and talk more on the other side.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so everybody, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to take a look to see what's going on over here at the tax machine, and we'll be right back with the Wendy Williams Experience on your station for today's R&B and classic soul and the comic stylings of the Wendy Williams Experience on 107.5 WBLS.
Hi, everybody. It's the Biz Monkey. You're checking out the bonus hour of Wicked Wendy Williams.
All right. Well, Farrah Franklin. First of all, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hi, I'm glad to be here with you guys. It's a nice night, isn't it? Farrah Franklin, remember her from Destiny's Child? Well, she's set to release her debut CD. It's called Blurry Summer. Blurry Memory, Farrah. On the independent record label Magellan Records. Well, you know what? It's probably taken some time for her to get it together. Remember, she was, effing around with one of the twins from Jagged Edge at one point. She thought that they were going to take her someplace, but, they were still slanging and got caught up in something. Remember the Jagged Edge? Don't you remember the rest of that story? Jagged Edge still had work in the street, as they say on the block. Let's get married. Well, apparently Farrah's out of that relationship, business and personal, and she's moved on. Blurry Summer is going to be released on May 20th in Houston. Well, wait, they say sometime during the summer. But at the Hard Rock Cafe in Houston, she's going to be kicking off her CD celebration. I don't know what that means, like whether it means it's actually going to be coming up, because May 20th is a Friday. CDs usually come out on Tuesday. But anyway, the celebration is going to continue through the summer, and she plans on celebrating throughout Texas and the Gulf Coast. Blurry Summer is her first CD endeavor since her brief stint with Destiny's Child. She's got 10 tracks, including guest appearances by Slash from Guns N' Roses, Melissa Etheridge, Talib Kweli, and Lenny Kravitz. My label made it Virgin. And here's what Farrah says. I'm very pleased with this album. The diversity of the musical backgrounds of everyone involved in the project, rock, folk, jazz, classical, were all present, yada, yada, yada. People will be surprised because I know they're expecting me to do Destiny's Child type material, but instead, they're going to get the rocker chick. Wow. Oh, the CD is set to be released on May 20th. So she'll be simultaneously celebrating that at the Hard Rock Cafe as well. I wish you well, Farrah. Shout out to Nicole Spence in the Wendy Williams Experience booking office. Nicole, I would love to speak with Farrah Franklin. Thanks, Nicole. Dear Wendy, what are you talking about? This is a process. It's an independent film, the Rick James story. This is what has to be done. Stop making it seem like a travesty. Spike Lee had to do the same thing for the Malcolm X movie. Stop ranting and raving as if you knew what you're talking about. Was I? Because I didn't mean to leave you the impression I know what I'm talking about. I don't know the filmmaking process. All I know is that when I hear Rick James, I know that Spike Lee went to Michael Jordan and Michael dipped into his till and pulled up $10 million. Badam. Or Janet Jackson dipped into her till after Jordan dipped into her till. What? And turned over some money to Spike Lee as well. And all I'm saying is that with a couple of hefty investors, this independent movie, this Rick James movie, I'm just thinking, I'm not saying, but I'm thinking, Tara, that's all. Stop screaming at me, Tara. Shout out to Susie John. Susie John. I call him Susie John because he's a very, very, well, Susie is my term for, but you know, a different kind of person. If you happen to be black and you're Susie, you're not black, you're block. That's a QUE on the end. Do you understand the difference? If you're white and you're Susie, you're not a fan of Jackass. You know what I'm saying? You're a fan of the Bloomingdale family. You know, you party with the
Rothschilds.
The Rothschilds. And if you're a Hispanic and you're Susie, you are just, chances are, in denial and trying to pass for white or black. We used to have these Puerto Rican neighbors when we lived in Marlton, New Jersey. He was in denial. He was Puerto Rican. She was white. But the beast wouldn't come out until Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying? Then they have a big old party. You know what I mean? And I know Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican thing, but he was Puerto Rican, but he still celebrate. But anyway, Susie John, everybody, he always addresses me as Mrs. Hunter, and he writes his notes on Cartier stationery. Dear Mrs. Hunter, one of my Susie friends, a woman of a certain age, was buying a sable coat from the fur salon at Bergdorf Goodman, where she was a regular customer sometime in the 80s. Across from my friend was Rick James with his mother. He came in to buy his mother a sable coat. When his mother discovered how much the sable coat cost, over $100,000, Wendy, as opposed to a regular $15,000 or $20,000 for a mink coat. She didn't want the coat. She pleaded with her son to buy her the mink instead, but Rick was adamant. She had to get the sable, and my friend found his mother touching. If this was any indication of his spending, I would imagine that his estate was not that large. Well, that's what Susie John says. But of course, no one knows now. Do one. Thank you, Susie John. Always love to hear from you. You would never catch him dead, like, you know, at some Negroidian party or whatnot. You know what he does? He goes to, like, the parties for Denise Rich and them, you know, the Donna Karen opening at, you know, wherever, and, you know, stuff going on at the Met, and then he reports back what all went down. I love him. Perfectly mannerable. Yet he manages to slum 5 hours a day when he can. Right here, right? Because even Susie John's keeping it real. Dear Wendy, my thoughts on that woman. Well, she needs to be jailed. Not only for conjuring up the story about abduction, talking about the runaway bride, but for taking away the manpower to search for real runaways and abductees. Yeah, I'm thinking she needs to pay the cost of the wedding, which now I'm hearing is $100,000 in fine. Oh, well, that's what she needs to pay. And she needs to do 3 to 5 months in jail. I'm glad that her fiance, though, found it in him to, forgive and take her. I would be in that marriage for the first year. It would be checking to see if she's cuckoo or checking to see if she's really going to carry through with anything. I'm going to the grocery store. I'll be back at 5. At 5 o'clock, I'd be drumming my fingers at the front door. You know what I mean? There'd be just a small amount of distrust. But in actuality, cold feet, that's a common thing. Wendy, all I have to say is I wish white folks would take responsibility for their ish. I'm tired of them doing stuff and blaming it on minorities. That guy in Boston killed his wife and blamed it on a black man carjacking them. The woman drowned her kids and blamed it on a black man. This broad says a Latino man kidnapped her. That's some deep, buried racism. Yada, yada, yada. And that's from, once again, Reggae Red on the check-in. Dear Wendy, I love you, but I'm really not feeling... Dear Wendy, I love you, but I'm really feeling like you look down on people when they have premarital sex or babies out of marriage. Not everyone can. Basically, you and your husband were jump-offs to each other. So anybody, even you, could have been a baby's mama. I'm just saying. That's from Sky's mom. No, Sky's mom, first of all, you're wrong. I'm not against premarital sex, please. If anything, no offense, Zoey. No offense. But I think that in this day and time, this is just my opinion. I feel as though there's no room to get married and be a virgin these days. Not in this day and time. You don't know what you're getting. It's a different kind of... Zoey, I'm sorry. No offense.
It's okay. Some people feel like that.
Do you have any virgin friends your age?
Not too many.
She ain't no virgin.
Yes, she is. Regina, you have virgin friends?
That one is actually, they're both twins, but one is a virgin.
Yeah. That's our Zoey. I appreciate it. I find it something really charming. I just find it just a little impractical. Don't leave me hanging out here, girls. I find it a little impractical. I think that you should watch who you're having sex with. And I think that teenagers who introduce sex to their lives are dead wrong only because most teenagers, including yours truly, don't realize that sex changes the dynamics of every facet of your life. The amount of time you put into studying, the amount of time that you start, you know what I'm saying? It's just so unnecessary. But by the time you get 21, no offense, Zoey, I just think it becomes extra baggage.
Well... But I feel different.
You do? I love that you feel different.
We're all entitled to our own opinion, and I don't know if that'll be forever.
Are you a virgin, like you've never even given a professional?
Oh well.
Because in Ocean Township, a professional is what you do to keep your virginity, at least back when I was there.
Yeah.
Because I grew up around the white people. And no, I'm not stereotyping, I'm just sharing my experience. The white girls, they knew exactly what to do.
Answer the question.
You've given a professional? Yeah.
Halfway.
What, he got toothy and he told you stop?
Yeah.
I wasn't good.
Yeah.
When'd that happen? Just one time and it scared you from ever doing it again? So now you're battling two things. You're battling the in and out, and also eventually you got to at least be decent in the professional game.
Yeah.
And then after you battle the in and out in the professional game, then you hear your work on this show. So put that where back there.
Donuts and all of that.
Yeah, jelly donut. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you've got very big mammaries. So that's a whole nother area, that's a whole nother.
Gay Steve just teach her how to do it right.
That's true. That's
you know
true.
what?
Maybe,
Gay Steve could probably
classes or something.
That's true.
Gay Steve could probably, teach her to put it down,
We'll get some bananas or something in the office, and
he's a pro.
See, this is where we need the VH1 cameras in here on a regular basis. Art's giving me the finger. We need them in here on a regular basis because then we could see a contest. No, I'm just playing, Zoe. I find you charming and endearing. You know, you hold a special place in not just my heart. I think everybody, including the other interns on the show. We protect you. We protect you like you're our child or something. It's so crazy. Yeah, there's something especially endearing about Zoe. You know, she goes to Howard. She's off for a little bit of time right now. She's from New York, and she'll be going back. She gets great grades in school. I wish you the best. Just stay in contact with the show because, you know, when it goes down, I want to know. Yeah. That's our Zoe. Nicole, are you working on Farrah? Yes. Excellent. I knew you heard me back there. All right, let's all right, so that's the premarital sex. And as far as judging babies outside of marriage, please, I knew I was going to be a mother with or without a husband. So what are you saying? I just think and I just give my opinion on when people I feel make poor choices. Like this fax came in right after I talked about that girl who was 32 with 3 kids. And I ended the conversation like, try to work out your marriage. Really? And I said something slick, like, don't nobody want that. But I was just, you know, being a funny. But what I really meant was at 32 with 3 kids, you might be hard pressed to find a dedicated partner. And your 3 kids are fathered by your husband. And it didn't sound to me like, would you at least try counseling? Would you at least try counseling? Like when you're 32 and you have 2 kids, and I don't care if your body snaps back like Beyonce. Okay, well, maybe that would be a difference. But even then, no, because then you still got this 2:00 in the morning. Get off my mommy! Get off my mommy! By the way, Paul, I didn't write that. But I'm just saying, right? Don't you have that? And you also have this, and say you look like Beyonce, okay? So then you also have this. You know, baby, let's run off to, you know, Jamaica for Memorial Day weekend. Oh, I can't, you know. I got the kids, you know, we got to be able to bring the kids. You understand what I'm saying? At 32, like that's an on and popping age. That is old by no means. And no judgments, but I'm just saying that at 32 with 3 kids, before you really throw in the towel on your marriage, you might want to go to counseling. Like she hadn't done all that I feel like she could have. Oh, hell, you all weren't even here during advice hour. You all come in for the bonus hour and all late and wrong.
The red on your fingers looks hot, by the way.
Yeah.
It looks hot. It looks hot. Your fingernails.
The red nails?
What? Yeah. It looks hot.
Thank you. I was bored last night. Do you know what I discovered last night? So I go home last night and I'm watching TV. And I forgot what I was watching. Oh, Girlfriend.
Oh, of course.
So I'm dipping into the nail polish remover because this is what I discovered yesterday while I was at the CVS. Crazy Glue now has brush on glue.
Oh,
now you know exactly. Now you know when you go to the salon and the girls, they brush that glue on with a brush, and when you try to do your own nails, you're squeezing the tube of Crazy Glue on and it's dripping on the sides. Yesterday I discovered the Crazy Glue brush on glue
At the drugstore?
Oh my God.
and so at the CVS.
Same place where she gets the bronzer.
At the same place where you get the bronzer. And so I removed my nail polish last night because I said, let me try this brush on glue and see how this works. It works like a charm. I could have just, worked it like with nothing because it's like strong, clear nail polish. Crazy glue brand, girls. So instead I said, you know what? I'm just going to put some red on my nails. Yeah. I got to go home.
I gotta go home.
Well. It is what it is. Listen, to be fair about this, stay around for the Vaughn Harper Quiet Storm. He needs no solicitation. The man is the numero uno, holding it down, legendary and all that stuff. Right after Vaughn, it's Champagne. And right after Champagne, it's back to the WBLS Morning Show with Paul Mooney, Ellen Cleghorn, and Mark Jordan, Stacey J, and all them. Okay? I love you for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow at 2. Bye.
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Aw, man!
And WBLS music starts next.